Okay. This company database, right? This is a fifth experiment. We're starting with this company database, like in DBMS lab and all. Sorry, in DBMS theory, we have seen many explanation of this, many concepts by using the same database, right? So employee, department, delocation, project, and works on. By using the same tables, with this relation only, we are executed many of the SQLs, correct? When then one more, like conversion from ER diagram to the schema diagram, as I explaining. So there we have solved one ER diagram of company database. We converted this company database ER diagram to schema diagram, right? While at that time the super SSN and department number is added later. Earlier only we had SSN, name, address, sex, and salary. Only these attributes are there for the employee, right? We have 7 steps in that conversion of ER diagram to the schema diagram, right? In one step, we added the super SSN, we added the department number to this employee table. In the same way, the department, this manager system, manager start date, and this is also added some other steps while executing those steps. While solving the step, these two attributes are added. Only earlier it had only department number and department name, right? So here the same steps, the same procedure we need to follow while executing this complete database, right? The same procedure we need to follow, right? So while creating in this schema diagram, or whatever schema they are given for this complete database, employee, it's having a attribute name like SSN, name, address, sex, salary, super SSN, department number. They added this one, right? So they have given all this attribute for this table employee. Next, department number, department name, manager session, manager start date, department location, D number and D location. Combination of these two becomes the primary key, correct? Then project, project number, P name, P location, department number, works on table, SSN, then P number. Combination of these two becomes the primary key. Hours is the attribute for this work on table, right? So now while creating the table, right, while creating the table, the which table we not which relation or which table we need to create first, right? We can create the table, we can create either employee table, department table, delocation, project, work on, any table we can create, right? So here the issue comes while we inserting the value, right? So, sorry, not inserting the value, while we adding the constraint to this table, right? While adding constraint to this table. For example, see, if we create this table employee first, if we create this employee table first, so we have SSN, name, address, sex, salary. Till here, till super SSN also we don't have any issue. Till super SSN we don't have any issue. When it comes to department number, this is the foreign key, right? This is a foreign key. Means we need to add the constraint. Department number is a foreign key to this table employee, right? But this department table is not yet created only, because in this department table you have department number acting as a primary key. If you want to make this attribute as a foreign key, first this should be created, right? This department number should be there, because this department number, this foreign key referencing to this primary key. So first if we create this employee table, we can't add this department number as a foreign key, right? So second thing here, if we create the department table here, right, department number, so we got the primary key. With the help of this primary key, I can add constraint to this department as a foreign key. Next, department name, manager SSN. Now this is acting as a foreign key, and this is the primary key, because this foreign key is referencing this attribute SSN of the employee table, right? So if you want to add constraint to this table, to this attribute, this table should be created, right? This table should be created here. Either we have to create, if you want to create this table, I need this as a primary key, because this is referencing to this table. If you want to create the department as a first table, you want this SSN number acting as a primary key, correct? So only these two tables we will face some of the issue. So what we do, we'll create the department number table first. Okay, we'll create the department table first. We'll create department number, department name, manager and manager started. All this will give, but we will not add the foreign key. Okay, we're creating the table. We will not add the foreign key constraint to this table, right? We have one more option, right? We have one more way we can add a constraint to this table, right? That is explicit way by using alter command. So first we create the table for department, then we create a table for employee, so that we got this department number, so we can add the foreign key over here. And later, after adding the foreign key to this table, we can use explicit way to add the constraint to this table. Okay, I will explain again what is in this two table, right? So in employee table, we have SSN, name, address, X, salary, supervisor, department number, right? So till here, we can easily create the table. But when it comes to super SSN and department number, we will face some issue. Right. Even though a super SSN is added later, right? So we can add the foreign key for super SSN because it is referencing to the same table, right? Super SSN is referencing to the same table. It's acting as a foreign key, right? Acting as a foreign key means it is referring to same table's primary key SSN. So we can add the constraint to super SSN, but only issue comes here in the department number, because department number is a foreign key, right? It is referencing to the department table's department number. It is primary key, right? If you want to create the table first here, I need this department number, this primary key, because it is referencing here to this table. One thing. Next, if I thought of making the department table first, creating department table first, here I have a manager SSN. This is also acting as a foreign key. This is referring to the employee table SSN. To make this table, to make this as a foreign key, I need this value SSN as a primary key. So here we have not created this table, right? So again, we face the same issue. So what we do, so first we're going to create the table department, right? Then we're going to create the table employee. By creating the table employee, I can use this department number primary key as to this foreign key department number. Correct. Later, after creating these two tables, by using explicit way, by using alter command, I am going to add foreign key to this table, to this attribute manager system. Okay, so I will execute it and show. Yeah. Before executing, I will just explain the schema diagram. Okay. Then we will start with the execution part. Okay. The schema diagram. The schema diagram, right? So, employee table, SSN acting as a primary key, and all other attributes are followed to this SSN, and super SSN and department number. So, next department table, the location, then project, then works on. Okay, then here if we made this as a primary key, is SSN acting as a primary key means all others table SSN acting as a foreign key, right? We're just giving a different name to this, but this is a same USN number, right? From this USN number only, we are picking some USN number and giving and making it as a super SSN, supervisor SSN. Correct. So we are giving some 10 SSN number means here by picking some of the SSN number from this among this 10 SSN and we are giving to the super SSN means it is taking the same value from the primary SSN, right? So we're just giving a different name. Super SSN nothing but supervisor, manager SSN nothing but the manager SSN. Correct. So all other tables SSN is acting as a foreign key. So in the same way, this heading towards this primary key. This manager SSN heading towards the primary key, and we have in the works on table SSN. This is also pointing towards the primary key. Next, this department number table acting as a primary key. Then all other tables department number acting as a foreign key. So department number connecting to this department number, and we have one more department number. It is pointing towards this department number, right? And there is also one more department number in the project table. It is pointing towards the department number of the department table. Basically, foreign key are pointing towards the primary key, and in full entire schema, the only one table's attribute is acting as a primary key, the same name. All other tables attribute to the same name acting as a foreign key. Okay, then project number connecting to this project number, it is a primary key means is acting as a foreign key. This is related to the schema diagram. right? So this schema diagram we already seen many times in the theory part, right? So we're going to implement this. We're going to implement this in the MySQL, right? So first we need to create the department table. Already explained why we need to create the department table first. So we have to create the department table, then the employee table. Okay. So yeah. Right. So first we're going to create the department table. So what is the command for creating the table? Create table. Table name is department. I do department 1 because I already created the department. So I'm giving a different name, create table department 1. Then followed with the what? Attributes, department number, department name, manager session, and manager start date. So department number, department number, varchar of 20, right? So what is this varchar of 20? I'm giving the data type for this department number, right? So you can ask, sir, we can give the integer, right? Why we are giving varchar? Some for department number, it may have a alphabet also, right? Some we're going to give like, for example, TCS is there, TCS ID like TCS 51, TCS 22. Some it will be there. So combination of the letter and the number. So department number, we are going to give a varchar here. So department number varchar of 20, and this table is having only one primary key, one attribute as acting as a primary key. So directly I am making here as a primary key. Okay. Next, and one more next attribute is department name. So varchar of 20 again. What is 20 indicating? That we can do maximum up to 20 characters, 20 letters to this attribute D name, right? So next is manager SSN varchar of 20 because we are giving, and one more thing, right? So for foreign key, what data type and constraint you are giving, you have to give the same. It should be lying towards the primary keys data type. I mean, definition, the description should be same. Right, so manager SSN of varchar of 20 means their SSN varchar of 20 should be given, right, in the employee table. Manager SSN of 20, then manager start date. Manager start date. Okay, and the data type for this one is date. So department table is created. Right, and notice here, this I observe, I have not made this manager SSN as the foreign key. That command I have not given, right? So see the description of department 1, right? So we have created a table with these 4 attributes. So 4 attributes are we have added to this table department. Okay, now I am going to create the main table, that is employee table. Create table employee, right? Then first attribute is what? SSN. So SSN varchar of 20, right? SSN varchar of 20. I will make it as a primary key. Right, so what I'm explaining here, for manager SSN varchar of 20, it should be same as the primary key. For what primary key you have given the data type and constraint, the same thing you have to give in the for the foreign key, right? So here in this table we have SSN only as acting as a primary key. So directly in front of that attribute, I'm giving this constraint primary key. Okay, SSN varchar of 20 primary key. Next, we have a name attribute, name varchar of something you can give 20, same 20. Then next is address address that care of 20, then x character of 1, you can give 1, or if you not give, it will consider it as a 1 because its size is only 1 character, right? So salary, I give integer, salary as an integer, then super SSN, var of 20, right? Same as the primary key. This is the foreign key. Reference to this table means supersum var of 20. Then department number, right? It should be same as this one. Department var of 20. Now already we created all this table. Now we need to add the constraint to this table. What is the constraint? We are making the super SSN and department number as a foreign key. We already made this constraint SSN, this attribute SSN as a primary key. We already given the keyword primary key in front of this attribute. Now we're going to give the constraint, foreign key constraint to this super SSN and department number, right? So foreign key spelling is wrong. Foreign key, right? Which attribute you want to make it as a foreign key? Super SSN, right? First is super SSN. Super SSN references employee table. Employee references employee SSN, right? So here the super SSN of this table, employee table, referring to the same table primary key SSN. So foreign key super SSN references employee table SSN. We added one foreign key, right? This is done for the super SSN. We added the constraint. Now we have to add the department number, right? So foreign key again, foreign key department number references department table department number. Okay, you have created the table here, correct? So in order to add this constraint for this department number of this table employee, that is the reason we have created the department first, right? So description of now employee 1. Employee 1, right? So we created this department table and the employee table, right? Now we have this SSN. Now we already created the SSN and we made this as a primary key, but in the department table we need to make this manager SSN as a foreign key. We have to make this as a foreign key. How to make? We have a command called alter command. By using alter command we can add this manager SSN as a foreign key. So alter table name, for which table we are trying to make it a foreign key for department table. So alter table name is department, add constraint. We are adding the constraint. What type of constraint we are adding? We are adding the foreign key constraint. So add constraint name. You have to give any constraint name. So I am giving constraint name like MGR. Okay, constraint name. Then what constraint we are adding? We are adding the foreign key. So foreign key for which attribute we are adding a foreign key? Manager SSN. So manager SSN references which table? Employee table SSN. So we added this. So we have alter the table. So we added the constraint to this manager SSN now, right? So we have used this alter command. This is the syntax, right, for adding the constraint explicitly to the table. Either we can use this way, this is as an implicit way, and this is the explicit way. So alter table department, add constraint, constraint name. This constraint name will helpful for us to remove the constraint. Okay, if in future or while executing, if I don't want this manager acting as a foreign key, so we can use drop command. With the help of drop command, we can delete this one. We can remove the foreign key from this, right? That is the main reason we are using. We can use the explicit command for adding the constraint, right? So now we are done with the department table and the employee table. So remaining tables are usually as how we are creating the same thing we need to follow, right? Delocation, we have D number and delocation. So D number is already created, so we can use this as a reference number, right? Okay, so how the delocation will be? So create table name is D location 1, right? So I will do the at this one D location varchar of 20, then D number I'm repeating. So this is the foreign key. So this should be same as the primary key which are given in the department table, right? So department table we given D number varchar of 20. Here also it should be D number varchar of 20. Right? Then foreign key. Foreign key. Yeah, foreign key is what? Department number. For references, department number. Okay, then we have to make these two as the primary key, right, for this table. So primary key combination of these two. Which one? D location, comma D number. D number. So table is created. So why I explain this department location means you may have a confusion, right? So these two acting as a primary key and this acting as a foreign key. So how to add primary key and foreign key to the same attribute in the same table, right? So these two combination becomes the what? Primary key. That's why I added this keyword primary key and added these two attribute as the attribute for this primary key. So we made D location and D number as a primary key. Then this D number is acting as a foreign key. So foreign key command I have given a foreign key D number references department D number. So primary key of D location D1. This is done, right? Now we're left with project table and the works on table. The same create table command we can use to create this one, right? Project table and the works on table. So you can execute, you can practice in the normal way. Create table project number followed with the integer, then project name varchar of 20, or we can do any varchar of 30, anything you can do. P location. So P location you can do varchar. Department number, same thing, varchar of 20. How it is given here in the department table, the same thing you have to give here. When it comes to works on table, the same SSN and P number. Here SSN and P number both are acting as a foreign key and also acting as a primary key. The same thing you have to do the same here, like this. Create table, project number, sorry, works on table, right? So SSN varchar of 20, same thing you have given in the here in the employee table, varchar of 20. Then project number integer and SSN date, this is SSN here. So I will just create the table. Create table works on, sorry, to create the table for works on, we have to create the project table, because this project number we need, right, to in order to make it as a to reference to over here, right? So you create it. So SSN and project number. So you can make it both as a primary key and a foreign key respect to this one and ours, right? This is how we are going to create the table, right? So now how to insert the value? The main thing is that after creating the table, now we need to insert the value, right? Because we're inserting the value, so I need a super SSN. The main thing is that all supervisor means all SSN, all people or all employee is not a supervisor, right? All employee is not a supervisor. So we need to add only few values to the super SSN, right? Then department number. So here in the department number, we can use the department number here. The whatever primary key given, we can use the department number here. The same thing follows here. Manager SSN. All employee is not a manager, right? So we can place a null value here. We can place a null value. Okay. So how to insert the value to this table, employee table. Today I will show in two ways we can insert the value. There's two syntax are there, right? Two statements we can use to insert the value. First, we will use to first we'll insert the value for the employee table. Okay, we'll insert the value for employee table. If we insert the value for employee table, right, I need this value, department number value, to fill here. Correct? I will repeat. If we insert the value for the employee table first, I need department number to insert this for this attribute department number. I need department number of the department table value because it is primary key, this is foreign key. The condition is that the primary key value, the same value we have to give in the foreign key. If we insert the value for employee table, for department number, we will not have any value to insert. So, okay, we can't do this one. Next, if we try to insert the value for the department number, department first, the same thing, I need manager SSN value for this from this here, from this table employee. Again, I don't have any value of SSN because we are not yet inserted value for the employee table, right? So what we do, first we insert the value till salary. Okay, for this table, employee table, I will just insert the value till salary. Super SSN and department number I will insert later by using update command. Okay, I will repeat. First, I will insert the value for the employee table till salary. I will not insert the value super SSN and department number. Okay. After inserting the value for the department, I will use this department value and I will use the update keyword or update command in order to store these values. Right. So I will show here. Insert into employee value. I will not write a value, right? So I till here I will till where, okay, till salary I will store the value. How to do this one? Insert into employee, open, we just place a value, right? What attribute value I want to enter, insert? I want to insert for SSN, correct? Then I want to insert for name, then address, then sex, then salary. Only for these attributes I want to insert the value. So I will use those attribute name in the employee table in this insert value. Insert into employee, SSN, name, address, sex, and salary. Next, I want to give the values now. Values, set the values like TCS 100. This is the value I have given. What is this? This is the SSN number. First attributary SSN varchar. That's why I'm giving enclosing single bracket. Okay, single quote. TCS 100. Name I'll give as a Ram. Okay, then address Bangalore. Address Bangalore. Next, then salary, right? Next is of sex. Sex is of male. I will give male. Then salary I will do 45,000. Okay, one row is created, right? Okay, this is going to the next line, right? So see, if you want to increase the line size in the MySQL or in the Oracle SQL Plus, if you want to increase the line size, you can use this option, environment. Here you're having a line size option, line size. Go to this line size, click on this custom and change these values. You change this to 100, change this to 100, right? Then okay, now this is the one way of inserting the value, right? So second way is that same command I will use, insert into employee one values. Usually the same format we are using, right? We're inserting the values. Insert into employee one values. I will add the second thing, TCS 101 Sham, right? So Mysore, then mail from 35,000, right? If we end up till here only, I don't want to add super assistant and department number, right? I will just view India. It shows table or view does not exist because in description it is taking super assistant department number also. Here we are not added the super assistant department number. All means it is not matching the description definition of this table employee. In this definition, according to this table, we have how many attributes? 7 attributes. But here we are adding only for 5 attributes, so it will not work in this. So what we have to do? Copy the same thing, right? The super assistant and department number both are foreign key. We can place null value, right? We can add the null value to the foreign key. It will take, it is valid one. So null, comma null. For department number and super assistant, I am placing a null value. Employee one values. Who does not exist? Okay. Insert into okay, employee spelling is wrong. Employee one values add the same thing. Okay. So one more is created, right? Like this, we can insert the values either by using this one, either by using this way or we can using this way. While in this way, we are not adding the super assistant department number. Which attribute value we need to insert? Directly we are giving the attribute name here and giving the values. So TCS 100 for SSN, name Ram, address Bangalore, sex as male, salary 45,000. Right, but when it comes to here, we're directly giving giving the values over here. So this table or this statement is comparing to this employee table. Right, when comparing in this table we have a 7 attribute, but we are given only the 5 attributes. That is the reason we got the error here, right? So next, for super assistant department number, we can place as a null value. So we have used this null keyword in order to store this super assistant department number, right? So select from employee. So these two tables. No, it has not changed. So option, environment, line size, custom, we can do 200. Here we have to make the buffer width as 200 and okay. Do the same thing. Select from employee work. See, in super assistant and department number, There is no value. Okay, in order to place value here, we need the department number value. So what we have to do? We have to insert the value for department table. So insert into department values, right? So in department table, we have a department number. So you can do department number. There we have given the varchar. So department number, I will give like 1. I'll do 1. Then department name like accounts, then manager SSN. Next is manager SSN. I can give the same thing, right? You can give the same values or you can place a null, because all employee is not a manager, right? All employees not a manager. Only few values we have to pick from this SSN and you have to place in the department table. Okay, so here I'll just use TCS 100. What it indicating? This TCS 100 means Ram is a manager. Ram is a manager. So I will repeating, while inserting the values for the department table, don't insert for this attribute manager all values. Okay, you will just insert few values. For few tuples, insert this attribute, that is the manager's values. For others, you just place a null value. Okay, null keyword. So TCS, then another attribute, manager start date. Okay, I will give null here. Manager start date as null. One row created. Now what I will do, I will take the same thing, insert into department values. Control V, then second I'll take the department as 2, then like research, then I will place a null here, right? I will place null, and for manager start date also I will place null. 2 row created. Select staff from department 1. Okay, for this he is the manager. TCS 100 is the manager for the accounts department from department 1, right? For first department, for accounts department, TCS 100. This SSN, this person is the manager. Who is the person? Ram. Okay, now I got the department values. Now I want to update here, because in supervision department number we don't have any values, so we have to update the value there. So how to update the value? So we have command called update command. Update which table we want to update? Employee table. So update employee, right? Set which value we need to set? Department number and the super SSN. So department number equals, I got the department number value at 1. So 1, and you can take comma, one more attribute, super SSN equals to, I place null, because all employee is not a supervisor. It's not like that. For this TCS 100, for this SSN, for this person, TCS 101, he may be the supervisor. Okay, for SSN, for this person, for TCS 100, TCS 101 is the supervisor. So you can take this one, TCS 101. TCS 101. Okay, comma. Right, we have set update employee, set department number equal to 1, comma supervision equal to, okay, I've given the value. Next, which table? For this table, I am updating the values, correct? If you directly give, if you give a semicolon and enter, it will add all department number as 1, all super SSN as null. For not null, TCS 101, right? If you want to add these department number 1 and TCS 101 for this particular tuple, right? For this particular tuple, so where SSN equals TCS 100, TCS 100, semicolon, enter. One row is updated. Now this row will having the value TCS 100 here, TCS 101 here, and department number as 1. For second, the same thing we have to use. Update employee 1 set department number equals to, you can give same department number you can give, or you can give second department number. So you do the same department number 1, right, comma, super SSN equals, I'll give like TCS 100. Now I'm just vice versa. For him, he is a supervisor. For him, he is the supervisor. Or you can, if you don't want, you can place a null over here. Means for this person, for this SSN TCS 101, there is no supervisor. There is no supervisor. Okay, where SSN equals TCS 101, right? So update employee set department number equal to 1. Okay, super SSN equal to null, SSN equal to TCS 101. It will update here in this table. Right? So just check whether it is updated or not for this employee table. Select employee, select start from employee. Now you have given the value what TCS 100 101 here for super SSN. It's updated. It's updated as 1. Right? In this way, you have to insert the